9/7/2011. Time is 6:02 a.m. Pacific Standard Time. 28 minutes to the opening bell. For the MMTs, it's 28 pennies to the open. We have a gap open up. We've got news on the Google trade with the Chinese again. And so this time it was the upside news. You can take a look that the trade on it is right here. And we're printing 533. Okay? And the thing about this ratio gap is that the close was 522.18. So you're going to have a ratio mathematical ascending gap in price. At some point intraday, you will go up to a certain delta level, and it could be as much as 1.18 delta positive. And I have not looked at the delta pricing here, MMTs, but if you take a look at the ratio and you go take a look at that, Tom, you'll understand what I'm saying. Now, when we get over here with the broader market, we can see that Apple has a 5.46 ratio gap live here right now, with an hour and 4 minutes has gone by in pre-market, because this is pre-market hour before the private tape becomes not private and it opens for business, and that will be on the exchanges. Now here we go. 5.44, that will be between the opening where buys and sells start taking place. Not everybody trades pre-market. There's a skill in it. Your 10.44 ratio gap here. Apple is a 5.43. You can take a look at Apple. We already know what Apple has done over the last 20 trading days. Both of these names are going to be a key weighting to the Nasdaq 100 and to the TQQQ bull. So Google's pulling back, Apple's pulling back, but then they keep bouncing and they consolidate the highs. That's going to be good for the bull ETF TQQQ to be long as well, and buy at support and then sell up there when it breaks up out of its teeny ranges. And you'll take a look at all the ratio gaps here are quite large. So there are lots of opportunities, MMTs. Once again, we keep always talking about that Green Mountain Coffee. That Amazon's going to get to an overbought level, MMTs. I'm going to be notify me. Here's that TQQQ weighting that we're talking about. 2.19 ratio gap on the bull. Not only that, you got your Netflix at 2.74. You have your CME. This is a great one, and we'll do some live trades with the CME ranges. We'll also do some ISRG. It had got whacked the other day. So there's a lot of these gaps in here that we're going to be focusing on. Look at this Google gap now. It's only 7.40. But Apple remains at 5.37. And it's been leveraging up. As we get closer to the opening bell, we've been watching that price increase during the pre-market hour with pre-market people who buy and sell. Okay? That's the public. So as we focus on the ratios, we'll focus at how high they go, and when they put in that ratio intraday high, could be in the morning, you never know. Could be in 1 minute. It will come when it wants to, not when you want it to. And you will peak in the higher opening of the market. You will go up to levels where you can take 369 reversals, but however, if the price action is in a contraction mode and getting a 2 teeny support level with the 3-minute buy action bar, hey, you need to get net long again. And that means that your pullbacks are going to be diminished in price action. And it will be very strong. between the current price print, between the public tape, okay, on the exchange model. We have our own model here at SMF. So watch the increased opening gaps up here. We got a nice little list and a lot of things in here that we cover. So I'm going to conclude it for now. The trade management is how to gauge today's volatility versus yesterday's volatility. The month of September started on September 1, 2, and today we had talked about that you need 5 full days of price action. Then SMF can guide the rest of what September looks like going into the October earning season that you would want to stay tuned for in a very big way. Because the reason why I say that is you need to learn how that gimmick and that game is played. And the only way that you'll ever know is by actually going through a quarter of earning season. Then you will know. And until then, you will not know. But the MMTs have been trained on it and whatnot, so they know what I'm talking about. Now, look at that win that one of our MMTs is always on. And look at the price increases going into the opening bell. That concludes the gap open up plays on the SMF leaderboard.